Well, this month is World Theatre Month, I think, or is it World Theatre Day? I'm not too sure. What is it, Debbie?
World Theatre Day.
So it's day.
27th of March.
On the 27th. Thanks for confirming that, because this is going to be, of course, in celebration of theatre professionals, theatre organizations, and universities, and the importance of this form of art. It also, according to the International Theatre Institute, acts as a reminder to government to recognize its potential for economic growth. This day has been celebrated since 1962. On home soil, the lyrical Teatro, the Lyric Teatro at Montecasino, is one of the 10 largest theatres of its kind in the world. And joining us to talk more about theatre in South Africa and, of course, the Montecasino Theatre is Debbie Combrink, and she is from Montecasino. Good to see you.
Good morning, Leanne.
Welcome. So this it's a big month for theatre. It really is, I suppose. Theatre Day, celebrated for all these years. How has theatre been taken by South Africans now?
Look, I think in the last 10 years, the theatre industry has grown tremendously. I think both from an audience perspective and as well as the local talent in South Africa. In terms of the audiences, we've got to see international stage productions, the likes of The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Phantom of the Opera, Mamma Mia, the likes of productions that I think growing up in South Africa were, it was just unavailable to us.
Yeah.
So that's been fantastic in terms of that growth. And then when one looks at the local talent and the job opportunities that have now been created as a result, if we look at the Teatro and how many international productions come out and select our local talent to perform, and what they do from there is they then go on into Asia and to New Zealand.
Fantastic.
And it's pretty much the tour ends up being over a year. So from an employment perspective and creating opportunities for these young, local, talented South Africans, it's just been amazing.
Yeah. Look, I think it's a wonderful career to be in, and you've seen it growing exponentially over the years. But do South Africans take to it? Because I mean, I'm saying yes, you get your artists who are desperate to be actors and actresses, and it's a beautiful thing to do, and it's nice to get the work. But are we putting bums in the seats? That's the big question.
Well, if I look at the Teatro specifically, we've managed over 10 years to sit at around 83% occupancy. So that's pretty good going. And it really is driven.
And it's increased over the years?
Yeah, well, it's very much product specific. So you will get something like a Phantom of the Opera that's absolutely must see, and everybody wants to see it, and the tickets for the first couple of weeks are sold out. And then some of the productions require a little bit more education before the people sort of, run to the box office to buy those tickets. But generally, I would say yes, there's many South Africans that have absolutely taken to theatre, and it's become something that's part of their entertainment basket, which is just tremendous for us, obviously, as theatre owners.
There's always been a concern about the demographics of theatre growers, though, and when we look at when you look at the audience and you see, I do see it. You see predominantly white customers coming and having a look at theatre. I'm talking at Monte and these big productions. Yes. Is it growing? Are we seeing that there's a bigger demographic that's actually enjoying theatre in South Africa?
So again, Leanne, I think it's product specific. We most certainly have seen a growth, without a doubt. But when you look at the ticket prices of the various international shows, if you look at the way the rand's behaving lately, it's quite expensive for the producers to bring out. In fact, it's astronomical for them to bring out these performances. So, the ticket price has to justify what the costs are,
Absolutely.
Which does, in certain cases, alienate certain audiences. But definitely the market, it's not quite as, as broad as what we would like to see. But you take, for example, when we house international comedy and even local comedy, there's a huge mixed audience. And it's amazing to see people. We still see people coming to Montecasino that are like looking around. Wow, it's the first time they've been there. And we've been open, the theatre's been open for 10 years. So definitely product specific, attracting a variety of audiences.
Fantastic, because you want to see that. You want to see more and more people attending a theatre for the first time. Because it is almost like a drug. Once you've been once, you want to go all the time.
And
when you
see
live action
experience.
Oh, it's beautiful. It really, it's one of the most amazing things. You talk about the ticket prices and these tough economic times we find ourselves in. And I mean, now I'm not sure if it's still on, but you've got something like the Blue Man Group that's showing. And they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. But the tickets aren't cheap. And I know you've got to cover the costs. And it's a fine balancing act, I imagine.
It is a fine balance. And the great thing with the producers that we work with is they're very open to things like midweek specials.
Good.
We do staff discounts for all of our, all of our staff. We have a rewards card program at Montecasino where we offer tremendous discounts. So, without discounting the product, we really are trying to work with them to do whatever we can to put bums in seats.
Yeah. What about the digital age? People want to sit at home. They want to stream movies these days. They don't want to leave their houses. I'm paying for fiber. Let me just watch. Let me watch the movie version of this play. Does that happen? I mean, how do you attract people to rather say, come on, guys,
I think you and I both know there's Friday nights where you really want to just schlumph on the couch.
Absolutely.
But there's also nights where you want to get dressed up and you want to have a date night and go out and have a wonderful theatre experience. I really do believe there's a place for both. But talking about the digital era, I think what's been amazing for us from a marketing perspective is how the theatre marketing trends have changed, and we're using less traditional media and more digital marketing to actually attract the younger audiences, which has been an amazing journey for us.
Fantastic. Just finally, as we wrap up, some exciting shows coming to Monty this year?
Fantastic. I really think the biggest highlight for us is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Yes, I've seen the previews.
I was fortunate enough to see Jason Donovan as the lead in London and fell in love with it there and then. It's currently in final rehearsal stages in Cape Town, and we cannot wait to host it on the Teatro stage.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see it. Listen, thank you for talking to us. Keep theatre alive. It has to stay alive.
Thank you for having me.
It is. It's an absolute pleasure. It's the most beautiful thing to go and watch, and the emotions that you go through by watching it live and seeing real people on the stage and actually sitting with other people. It's really quite nice. You should do it if you haven't. It's a wonderful experience. All right, that's Debbie Combrink. She's from Montecasino talking to us about International World Theatre Day that's being celebrated next week here in South Africa and, of course, globally. Let's take a break.
He said to me,
share with us a picture of your Game Changer walk on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Use the icons. And use the official hashtag S2GameChangers and your favorite show to stand a chance to win daily prizes. Winners who enter the most frequently will stand a chance to win a grand prize. SABC2, you belong.
Volgende op Gere uit die Vallei neem ek 'n nostalgiese kosreis terug na die dae toe ek in 'n paar privaat wildtuine gekook het. In die koel skadu van 'n boom berei ek 'n ontbyt voor van gekruide plaatkoekies met roereiers en gebraaide tomaties. Die Italiaanse ontbytkoek gegeur met lemoen kry al Sofia se aandag. Kom eet saam op Gere uit die Vallei, woensdaande om 7 op SABC2.
And that, my friends, is where we leave it for this week and for this morning. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. See you again on Monday morning. God bless you. Shop, shop.